was so nice and mellow, but we're going to crank it up now. Stand up and sing with us. Not yet. Hold on. Here we go.
Turn up the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Turn up the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Wake up every morning. Live life out loud. Be the star that you are. High above the clouds. Turn up the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Turn up the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Rise to every occasion. Go for the goal. Take a chance, share a dance, be brave and be bold. Turn on the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Turn up the music. Turn up the music. Turn up the music of your life. Turn up the music of your life.
Good morning, everybody. The irony is not lost on me that we opened with the song Turn Up the Music, and apparently there is a Unity musicians strike going on. I did not know about the strike, but of course we're missing David and Doug, and we'll let them know next week how much we miss them. But these three are going to hold down the fort. Apparently these are not union players. And they get to show up. They're strike busters. Strike busters. Scabs. At any rate, good morning and welcome to Unity of Music City. This is the place of authentic transformation. That's what we do. And I love that song because when I was a kid, I don't know if any of the rest of you ever did this, but when I was about 13, 14, 15 years old, I loved music so much. And in order to get it as loud as I wanted it, I had to put on headphones, which is why I can't hear crap today, right? I had to put on headphones, and it wasn't valid until I could feel it vibrating through my whole body. You know what I'm talking about, Sean, don't you? Got that bass thing going right through your chest. And I love the metaphor here because that is exactly what spiritual awareness does, is it raises that vibration in our spirit. I can't wait for today. Y'all are in for a big treat. I got a few quick things to tell you. This Thursday, August 9th, there is a mediumship and intuitive development workshop with Susie Wright, 7 to 9. And then Friday, healing arts meeting with a potluck dinner beginning at 6:30. So we've got a couple of things going on this week in regards to that. Also, this Saturday is the Saturday that we take care of the Dotson Chapel Food Pantry from 9 a.m. to 11. I don't know if the sign-up sheet is filled up or not yet. You might want to check that in the foyer. And if you've got time on Saturday to come on out and help us be part of the solution in that regard, please come on and do that. Today after church, we've got chaplain meeting and prosperity team meeting and men's group meeting. And quite frankly, if you're not staying after church today, then you are not involved enough. And if you need to be involved a little bit more, then any one of the members of our leadership will help you figure out where you can plug in. In the meantime, however, we're getting ready to sing this song, and this gives us a great hint on how to plug in. Stand up with us and let's sing together. This beautiful. Oh, excuse me. Wait. I told you, David. I told you. They absolutely. What do you call it? Yeah. They cursed me. That's the word I'm looking for. It's birthday Sunday. Before we do this, whoever's got a birthday in the month of August. Please stand and let us sing to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you.
And now the rest of you join them. Let's all stand together and sing.
My soul, I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me to this present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper. Deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred soul. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the sweetest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
To the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. That gets me every single time. I don't know about you. It gets me. Just a few more quick announcements before B does the sacred word. I wanted to remind you of what's happening over the next 2 months is this whole You Can Heal Your Life Shangri-La bonanza. It's a Lollapalooza of You Can Heal Your Life. that's happening. Today, of course, and Denise will introduce her shortly, Brenda Julian Williams is in the house with us today. We are already blessed by her presence, and we have been blessed by the Reset Breath for many months now. And of course, we have a showing of the movie You Can Heal Your Life, which is on September 23rd after church. It's a Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4. So you'll want to be sure and put that on your calendar. And then, of course, we have World Day of Prayer coming up as well. These will be happening in conjunction with our Wednesday classes. Lunch Bunch will meet Wednesdays, 11:30 in the Namaste Cafe. They are reading Creating a World That Works for All by Sharif Abdullah. So join those folks if you have time to have a little lunch and spiritual evolution at the same time, a side of spiritual evolution. Wednesday night classes, of course, begin again this Wednesday, August 8th, going deeper with prayer. Yeah, see, look at that. Back by popular demand, Wednesday night classes. There you go. Let me tell you, the folks who come out on Wednesday night are a loyal group of people, and they are a powerful group of people. If you do not feel yourself moving spiritually, then I recommend you hang out with people who are, and those people come to class on Wednesday nights. Did you like that, Dee? Was that good? All right. Going deeper with prayer and practice, facilitated by Reverend Denise. B?
So are you ready? We'll be getting you more information about World Day of Prayer starting next week. The sacred reading. Breathing is a natural activity of my body. Throughout many world cultures, the breath is looked upon as life, as spirit. In fact, in some cultures, it's the same word, breath and spirit. And so today, I become more conscious of my breath and how it is connected to my physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The affirmation. As I breathe consciously, my life transforms. Say it with me. As I breathe consciously, my life transforms. I take time in the midst of whatever I am feeling today to breathe consciously. Every breath originates in Source and connects me to the divine within. Whether I am experiencing something negative or positive, connecting with my breath makes a difference. Conscious breathing happens when I focus on the act of releasing the past. I become aware of the release that happens as I exhale. Then I feel the air entering my nostrils and track its cleansing and rejuvenating movement throughout my entire body. As I consciously breathe today, I inhale gratitude and possibility. I connect with Source during each individual breath, and I feel the welcome release as I exhale. Seemingly mundane tasks take on a new vibrancy, and the quality and texture of my day transform. And from Job 33:4, Old Testament, the Spirit of God made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life.
So I asked you to settle into your seats and to begin first, as you close your eyes, just to scan your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, especially paying attention to your shoulders. Are they up around your ears, or have you lowered them a little bit? And so as we begin to exhale, allow your shoulders to drop. And then just pay attention to the gentle way your breath begins to enter your body. As I breathe consciously, my life transforms. My breath is the bridge that connects my life to consciousness. All that is required of me in this moment is to breathe, to engage, and to allow. I am open and receptive. I am open and receptive to the potentiality of this moment. I am open. I am receptive in this now moment, in the silence, in the silence. As I breathe consciously, my life transforms. With each breath, I can feel the movement. I can feel the movement of spirit. I can hear the whisper. It's time for me to wake up. It's time for me to breathe with everyone as one heart. Breathing out and breathing in.
All is still.
This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And this is my daily bread. And this is my daily bread. Your very word spoken in me, and I'm desperate for you. And I'm lost without you. And I'm desperate for you. And I'm lost without you. This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. And this is my daily bread. This is my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me, and I'm desperate for you. And I'm lost without you. And I'm desperate for you. And I'm lost without you. And I'm so desperate for you. And I'm lost without you.
So for me to say that I was looking forward to today is an understatement, because I've been waiting for it for 10 years. We moved into this facility about 10 years ago. And at some point in time, I had a walk on the grounds with Janice Mickle and Brenda Julian Williams. And we felt the energy that was here. And what I was told was that this was our facility. These were our grounds. And it was very, 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 very important for us as a spiritual community to resonate the power of love and joy and peace here on these grounds, that it was important. Know that for all of those years, I've held that in my heart. Even for the year and a half that I took a quietus and left for a little while because I hit the wall. We all do that sometimes. But I have never lost faith or the vision that this is the place and this spiritual community are the people that are going to heal our world. Can you hear that? It's huge, and you all, some of you are like, huh? And that's okay. Because what I'm hoping today is that you can hear from the words of someone else other than me who's been standing up here for years saying it over and over and over in as many different ways as I knew how to say it. That if you are here, you have been drawn here by divine purpose. There is a reason you are here. Even if this is the first day you ever walked in here, you're here for a reason. And over the last 20 plus years that I've been in this spiritual community, we've had people come and people go, and people sphincter up about all of that. As I used to say, suck the cushions up off the chairs. And what I know in my heart is that all of that is divinely perfect. Because when we become what is the 100th monkey, you know that story, and I'm not going to tell that to you this morning, but if you've never heard it, Google it, you can read the story. That's getting ready to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and we are it. You're it. And it's getting ready to happen right here on these grounds. And when it does, we're going to all be so excited. Frank and I are just going, woo, I'm ready today. Because this place is going to resonate even higher than it resonates right now. And it's pretty high right now. I can tell you I'm about to vibrate out of my skin. But I want you all to welcome Brenda Julian Williams. I would not be here today if it wasn't for this woman. She says she wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for me. I don't know which is true exactly, maybe both. But this woman is amazing. If you haven't made plans for Wednesday night, she's teaching the reset breath on Wednesday night. You must be here. Brenda, my dear, the floor is yours.
Wow. Whoa. I'm a little emotional today for lots of reasons. And if you'll notice, I don't have my shoes on. One of the things I want to start out with is to once again emphasize what she's saying about why you're here today. It isn't about me. It isn't coming to see me. It is because there is a call. It has gone out. We've been doing this for lots and lots of years. And just like Denise, I've heard so many, it's about to happen, it's about to happen. And we waited. Well, for most of us, that meant I had to learn a lot of patience. More patience than I ever anticipated having to experience. One of the things that came out of this journey for me was understanding that we are always standing on sacred ground. So I like my shoes off because just because we're in a building of bricks and mortar, I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sounds coming from the multiverse, excited because of where we are today. It's been a long, arduous journey for all of us, correct? But what are you noticing right now in your very presence, in your very field? What are you noticing right now, this moment? We are transmitting a signal, a vibration of absolute trust and non-judgment and unity. Isn't that interesting? We're in a unity church. I always have to snicker sometimes at the humor of Creator when when it's like, you want me to go where and do what? And today I get to see the culmination of 27 years of living this vision, because I'm sitting in front of a whole group of people who know why they're here. That was one of the things Denise said, why here? Why now? Why me? Anybody else ask those questions? Huh? More than once? Particularly the why me part. But why here? Well, this corridor, what I refer to over the years as the Nashville corridor, is cradled by the river. And if you'll notice, Nashville's kind of in the middle of the United States continent. We have known for millions and millions of years that there would come a time when this continent would be the important part of the transformation of human consciousness. And guess who's in the middle of it? We're the fulcrum. We are the tipping point for the consciousness of this global community we call Earth, which affects the multiverse. Multitudes of universes out there are cheering us on and have for a long time, but today they're saying, woohoo, well done, because you showed up today. But it is Nashville, and that's just not a story I made up. First of all, I'm not smart enough to do all this and to make all this stuff up. So first of all, understand there have been a lot of people involved in this over the years. So the why here is because of your work on this little tiny piece of land in this tiny little building with not 20,000 people sitting in the audience every Sunday. It's because of your dedication, your commitment to find the space inside of you that, I'll use a word that I don't like to use, but that's worthy of holding this sacred gift that we've been given. We don't always do it well, let me take the we away. I don't always do it well. Maybe there's somebody in the room that's got it down, and I really want to talk to you after we're through here. Because it's constantly moving in, feeling secure in our, what I call our 18 inches that we'll learn about later, but finding that space where I'm connected totally and completely with what my divine purpose is, but standing firmly on the ground and walking around with real people who are having struggles, and not going, yeah, but going, let me hold love, let me hold the resonance, because I want you to feel it. And when you feel it, you'll want to come play too, because it's a whole lot better here than it is in the chaos. But we are in this little building right now like a lighthouse. We're the beacon. We're the calm within the chaos. And we hold that in ourselves, and we're holding it in other people. And we're transmitting it out. It was given to me by a friend as I was having one of my little meltdowns very recently, as this time kept getting closer and closer and closer, and I'm going, I don't know if I can. And I said, well, what's a motherboard? And how are we like a computer? Well, I already know that physiologically from the research and the science behind what makes this such a divine creation. This body, no matter what size, shape, or color, or anything else it is an absolutely intricately created tool for us to be able to walk out that door and encounter anything that could possibly take place on this planet, good, bad, or indifferent. We can self-adjust and we can slide right through it, particularly when we have a group of people with us that are in a resonant field. And you have accomplished that in this little community. You move with resonance. You move with one heart. And maybe everybody doesn't move in that space every day, but there are enough of you now that you've held the core to allow this very thing to happen from this very property that people in my network are hearing about, and they're going, whoa, this tiny little place is going to do all that? Why didn't you go to the big places? Well, we've already been there, done that. How was that working? It didn't work. It didn't work. And so why? Why were we chosen to be here today for this to happen? Well, this is a pretty impressive week, first of all. This is where we begin to transmit what is just powerful in this room right now. It begins to anchor. We are putting it in the ground today. We are sending it out through the ethers today. Because very soon on Wednesday, when I think it's another coincidence because we're right here on this big event, but the 080808 was the time when I call it the booster shot for this came in. And a group of us stood on a pontoon boat out in the middle of Lake Ouachita going, why are we here? We're doing what? You want me to help someone hold this boat, this pontoon, from crashing into the side as we anchored there for a little while? But we all felt it. We all showed up, and only two of us knew one another. We just all kind of wound up standing on this pontoon boat together. But that began the 10-year journey to reach this moment in this place. So here we are approaching an 0808 again, but this is an 080811. It's a gateway. So this Wednesday night, we will take everything that's coming forward today, and we will talk about it, and we will talk about how we can maintain our own resonance and support ourselves, because now we're going to be moving out into the world. Every one of you has a network of people that you work with and that you come in contact with and that you support. And some of them you like, and you like being around them, and others you don't. Sort of like day and night, we have extremes. Good or bad? Really? Who made that rule? And this is a place where rules don't exist. I'm told that today, and I really like it a lot. So this is a place no rules. So that's not real anymore. What happens in the daytime? In the daytime, we move out into the world and we engage with one another. At night, what do? Well, we come in and we rest and we regroup and get ready for the... So there's not a bad thing. It's just some of us do it in the day and some of us do it at night. So what happens when we bring those two together? We land in the sweet spot. And today we're living in a ginormous sweet spot that you all have brought together. You all have opened the pathway for it. You all have given it life. You've given it breath. And nothing can stop this now, because it's already happening. It's already happening. So now we listen for the whispers, because you're not going to hear any big announcements, but you're going to feel it, and you're going to know how you move. And that's all we're here to do today, is to just move forward. I was sharing, there was a prayer that was given a long time ago to me, and I think it came about maybe in the 40s or something. And it was, I bless the beginning. The beginning is our source. When we are given the breath. And remember, Creator didn't go, Creator went and sent us on our merry way to be messengers. All of us are messengers. So I bless the beginning, because in the beginning there were no mistakes. And there was every possible way for us to move through any obstacle that is in our path. We just have to capital P-A-U-S-E. We reset, we pause, and we allow our divine intelligence to show us the way that's next. I encourage movement. I don't want to sit still. I want to get this job done. I'm ready. I've waited 27 years of my conscious life doing this. And it's like, oh boy, I'm in a playground. I'm in a candy store. I'm with musicians. I'm with people that like to sing. I'm in people that feel good. That's exciting. So I want the movement to happen. How do we do this next? Now what? Why you? Ask yourself, why you? And are you willing? Because that's the only requirement. Are you willing? Well, I don't know a lot of you, but I can feel in this room. And yeah, you're willing. You might not know what you're going to do. You might not know how you're going to do it. And you might not know where you're going to do it. But one thing I can promise you is you're about to do it. Because I never know. You know, I drove in today and I was hearing music in my head. Awesome. We want to broadcast this out. We want this to go out. We want Judy's music that has such incredible messages. I want everybody to hear it. I want them to hear it. And I told her this morning, I said, no more excuses. And she said, well, I guess we need to put that on our calendar. And I'm going, well, yeah. Well, yeah, we know that we can do this. I need your help now, because we've come together and we are at a change point right now today that says, well, you know, we can kind of relax back. I've done my job. I put everything up as best I can put it up. I've given out a ton of information about how it happened and where we go from here. But I'm standing here as one person. And we all know that unity means we do it together. So I'm here for whatever small piece of this puzzle I can share with you. Because remember, I only know my piece of the puzzle. I can't write music. I can't stand up and do what Denise has done all these years. I can't do what you guys do. I'm hopeless. I can't even balance a checkbook. You know, and yet I work with numbers with physicists, and they're still scratching their head going, how can you say that when you can't even, you know, let's figure out what the tip is after lunch. Let me get my cell phone out and figure it out. We're human. We were designed to be human beings. We were not designed to be, you know, off in the ethers, just, you know, floating around. We were designed to get our feet on the ground and our clothes dirty from time to time. We got work to do, people. And it's just beginning. If you think you've been working until now, you're happy and thank you. But the work begins now. And this is where it's going to happen. This is a sacred place. Honor it. Honor it every moment. Because this building of bricks and mortar and cinder blocks or whatever it is surrounded by grass. It's surrounded by space. Enough space. It doesn't need any more. It doesn't need any less. It just needs your trust that when we step into a full commitment of doing this work together, that what will happen is all of our needs would be met. Now, that's a promise from the divine. All of our needs would be met, right? Well, I've been through every way of need you can imagine, just like you have. And yet there's always exactly what I need in the nanosecond that I need it. Because I trust. And I trust in what we can do. I can trust in what you guys are going to be doing. So, yeah, you know, if you don't feel like you're doing enough, you might want to hang in there a little bit more. I don't know how I can be of support. I will tell you without question, I'm here. You let me know what you need from me, and you got it. Now, I might be off in East Jabip somewhere because I have no idea what my next is. But what I do know is that when the call comes, I show up. And that's what I think is one of the strengths of this community. When the call comes, you guys show up. You showed up today. Why you? I think you know that now. Why here? I think you know that now. Why now? Because it's time. It's time. So, again, I am overwhelmed. I am in the most immense gratitude I think I've ever felt. I feel for the first time in this entire journey that I'm at the right place at the right time. So thank you for that. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for giving her all this support these years, because she's been like a wackadoodle too. That's one thing we have in common. People look at me and go, oh gosh, she's telling us this stuff and we don't know whether it's real or not. I've got a trunk full of journals. Every bit of this is journaled. I can tell you every bit of it's real. All my journals are in the kitty litter boxes, and they're there. And sooner or later, I'm going to have it all written down. But right now, it just kind of comes out in pieces, parts. But it's going to happen. And then one day, you're going to be able to look back and say, we were all part of something greater than ourselves that nobody else but us believed that we could do. But I promise you, because I see it every day, this took 20 years to get to this point that I'm seeing everything that I was shown would happen today. So it happens. Trust it, believe it, hold it sacred, and then show up. So thank you so much. If there's anything else, I'm going to go sit down now.
So she told my secret, but most of you that know me know I am a wackadoodle, so that's okay. I'm in very good company with her and Janice, right? We're all wackadoodles together. So a part of all of this also, and I have to tell a little story that goes with this amazing woman over here. Because know that everything happens for a reason. You remember the song you were singing this morning, Everything I've Ever Done has brought me here to this present moment? When I met her, she was in a relationship and a time in her life where she had not played the piano for 13 years. And so what I know about this spiritual community is that people come into this spiritual community when they're ready to transform. Can you hear that? That's what happens. And when someone steps in here and they're not ready and willing to transform, they run the hell away. Because they feel it. They go, no. That woman is a wackadoodle. I'm not going to stay here. And hear me, I've been called lots worse than that. That's a sweet thing to be called, okay? But what I want to tell you is we've been all over the United States and a few other places and seen other unity ministries. And we have something extremely special here. Sean, you know that too. This music is not at everybody's church. It's not. And I am not going to say, because I could never take responsibility for that, but one of the best things that I've ever done in my life when I die is say that I gave her music back to her. Because she's amazing. Because I said to her, you cannot hide this gift. You can't hide it under a bushel. And so know that we go through all kinds of gyrations on how to put special music on the stage on Sunday morning. You can only imagine. And at some point in time last week, I said, you have got to reach out to Ryan because I know he knows that song and I want that song sung. It's got to happen. And if he's in Cambodia, we'll have to Skype him in because it's got to happen. It's going to happen. But the other piece I've had to work on harder, which is this one. Because sometimes you all forget who this person is and who she is without any words but just the music. I remember the day we went into the studio and she laid down all the tracks for the Prayer Circle CD that she has, and she did every song in one take. That doesn't happen, people. And so I give you Judy Blackwelder playing Prayer Circle.
I was there that day, and I remember standing in that control room, and she'd play a song, and we'd all look at each other and go, sounds good to me. She'd go, next, and she'd play the next one, 10 songs in a row. By the way, that Prayer Circle CD is around here somewhere, I believe, and available. If you would like one, let us know. It's time for us to engage in the sacred walk of abundance, a wonderful time when we get the opportunity to give back to our sacred community. If you'll take your tithes, offerings, and gifts in your hand, I do want to let you know, by the way, that we are a tithing church, and the church itself's tithing recipient for this past week is the Unity Southeast Conference. Take those tithes and gifts in your hand and say the offering affirmation with me, please. I live in the midst of infinite abundance. I give freely and fearlessly to life, and life gives back to me.
I just asked you to open your hands and open your hearts and open your minds and feel that resonance that Brenda was speaking about. That is the resonance that is unity of Music City. That's the resonance that we are broadcasting out into the universe. And from that energy that we put out into the universe, our good will come. It will come in the form of people. It will come in the form of services. It will come in the form of money and abundance and all good things. Because we know that as we give, so shall we receive, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to ask Brenda to go out in the foyer with me because I know some of you may have all kinds of things you want to say to this wackadoodle woman also. How's that?
The wackadoodle in me beholds the wackadoodle in you. And let me tell you something, folks. If you don't believe that the vibration has been raised in this room today, then you could not see for what I was seeing from where I was standing, Carolyn Bauer doing the cha-cha during that last song. We're all vibrating. Stand and join hands and let's sing together to close this service.
People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. Next up, we may go, it's gonna be England. Tell all the folks in Egypt and China too. Don't you know that it's time to get on board? That this train keep on riding, riding all through. Well, 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 people all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. All of you brothers over in Africa, and tell all the folks in Egypt and Israel too. And please, please don't miss the train at the station, 'cause if you miss it, I'll be sorry, sorry for you. Yeah, well, 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 people all over the world, join world. Hey, join hands and start a love train, a love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train.
Down in wrinkles, and he's a messenger of hope. And he'll never be in the movies, and he'll never have a book to sell, 'cause all he wants is to help you, and the camera's never on, expecting nothing, nothing in return, expecting nothing, nothing in return. God speaks through the humble when you least expect to hear. The voice of truth is always talking, sometimes surprisingly near. So how good am I at loving, and how well do I pass it on? Is my heart only open when the cameras are on, expecting nothing, nothing in return, expecting nothing, nothing in return. I was lucky to sit right by him, the voice true so near. God spoke again through the humble when I wasn't planning to hear. Oh, and the old man is an expert, 'cause he's been traveling down this road, and all he wants is to help you and tell you all that he knows, expecting nothing, nothing in return, expecting nothing, nothing in return, nothing, nothing in return. Grinning and tapping my toes, 'cause it just feels right. There's a brand new sun and a brand new light, 'cause you said I still love you last night, and it changed my heart. laughing and loving again. What a beautiful thing. Like a brand new moon, getting full again by putting